important reminder. All information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.
Okay, these are gas plasma generators. These are a lot of things that they put in nuclear material and so forth. All you have to do is have enough power to get to 9,860 degrees, and what you do is you break it up back to from which it came. Okay? So, how much salt water do you have in your body? 71%, right? How much salt water is on the planet? 71%. So you can see how everything fits into this holographic Koopi doll, I call it. You ever know what a Russian Koopi doll is? You open up exactly, and there's another little doll inside, and you open that up, and there's another little doll inside, and everything fits exactly into the next holograph. So we can wipe out a lot of the disinformation that's on this planet right now, because if it doesn't fit into the system of holographic physics, then you know that it isn't so, at least in a natural sense. It's very simple. So pretty much about 90% of all the schooling that we all went through is theoretical. And since we know it's theoretical, it's theory. Big words. And theory means that somebody thinks it's this way. Either that, remember, it's real, because we really don't know. What does research mean? Research. It means we don't know. That's why we're all standing here. We're all here because we're researchers. Did you eat this morning? What did you do? You researched what you're going to wear before you came here. You research what you're going to eat when you go to Denny's, let's say, if you're going to any place you're going to go eat. Okay, and I know no one really here eats at Denny's, right? So when you really find out that we're all researchers, we're all experimenters, and we're all wanting to become more human. Makes big sense. Now, I want everybody to try, I got a lot of chocolate here, and what's in this chocolate is very special. This isn't regular chocolate. This is Arriba Nacional, a heirloom type of chocolate. Does anybody know the difference between heirloom versus hybridized versus GMO? Okay? When you talk about heirloom, because it sounds cool, heirloom tomatoes, okay? Then you talk about hybridized, you hear about hybridized foods, and then you hear about this sort of weird stuff called Frankenstein foods, GMO. What's that stand for? All right, see, you guys are too good. So genetically modified organisms are, in my mind, a perversion of the natural sense from which it came. These types of organisms or these types of foods cannot reproduce themselves. You ever heard of this guy named Hippocrates? You are what you eat. What happens if you eat sterile foods? What do you think happens to you? Okay? So when you've really put this together, this is very basic. A lot of people really don't want to talk about a lot of these things because it points fingers at different people. And when you point fingers at people, you get in trouble. So we're not going to point any fingers. You're going to have to do some research, and you're going to say, wow, those guys are good. Who's doing this? So we're at a point right now where either we unravel a lot of the secrets of health, okay? We unravel the secrets of wealth. Wealth is not money. That's a side effect of wealth. That's information. We unravel the secrets of happiness. Don't you want to be happy? Everybody does. You travel around the world, no matter where you go, you just want to be happy, don't you? Pretty big. You go to get a job. Why? So you can maybe be happy. You can make some money, buy some things, and do some things as the old system says you are. So we came up with a project called Earthshift Project, and that's what it does. We as a group, because I know nothing. In fact, the more I know, the less I know. That's the best part of this. Now, when we really get going here, we really need to share what we find out is the truth, your truth. And that's part of what we put together with Earthshift. Earthshift is a group of tools that we can grow 2 or 3 or 4 grades immediately. And you've already grown, I know. You wouldn't even be here. Wouldn't be here. Look, you just went ahead and actually said, and usually in a normal crowd, if you talk, you can ask the crowd anything. And they will not know about any of the simple things that would be so simple that you already know about. So, sorry, I'm just getting warmed up here for some odd reason. I've had it. That took me a long to get here. Let me slap myself a couple times.
Serve that out in a little cup.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and walk around. I'm going to take a piece here, and this is what I'm going to tell you is what's in this. This is heirloom cacao. This is not GMO. Genetically modified foods, remember, are perverted. It's a nice word, perversion. Don't you think that you as a woman having ovaries is normal? You as a man having testes is normal, called gonads, okay? Without those, you cannot reproduce, but that's a secondary part. Without those glands, your body cannot fight the immune system. It's the immune system. It's your weapons. So if we eat foods that are hybridized, and what's hybridized? A banana that's that big is a hybridized banana. A watermelon that's this big is hybridized. So you can go to the store, any store, that sells organic. And organic's just one little piece of the pie here. So you can have organic seedless watermelon. And what does that mean? GMO, worse. Wow. Because it's seedless. Took out its ovaries, took out its testes. Because they just haven't done anything but the practices of what organic says. No pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. Okay, no commercial fertilizers. So we're all getting sort of, as I call, hoodwinked on a lot of information because we don't really know. Remember, we're all researchers. We're all researching, relearning, research. You're researching for the truth because you find out that the truth that you know is really not the truth. You are what you eat, and if you eat hybridized foods, you know what happens to you? You get hybridized too. You get big. Okay? You eat big tomatoes, big apples, big oranges. Do you think navel oranges are this big? No, real oranges are this big. Real apples are this big. Real tomatoes are small. These are called heirloom. Everything we have here is heirloom. Because this is where it's a big confusion. I only put this company together because my family let me. We've put about $7 million into this project, between this project here and Ultimate Superfoods, which is in some of the stores that you'll see, Whole Foods, a lot of the different healthier food stores, because it's not a health food store again. Remember, it's healthier. Because if you walked in that store and said, okay, take out all the GMO, take out everything that's in plasticizers, everything you see here is in reusable packaging. That's why I have this here. You don't throw these packages out. These are reusable food-grade packages. All the packages that you pretty much buy at the store that are plastic, if you can smell it, beware, because it's got phthalates in it. It's got poisons from different types of the leaching effect of foods that are, see, foods are either acid or alkaline, or they're neutral. And if you've got acid foods, God bless you. If you've got acid foods or you've got alkaline foods, and you put these in baggies that actually will leach into the food, so all you've done now is buy this organic, and even if it's heirloom, great, but the package is, as they say in Europe, shite. Okay? The package is shite. So now you are eating heirloom, organic, but now you're eating plastic. And I tell people, say, take your clothes off and show me you don't have bisphenol A in your body. This is where our bodies get plugged with this stuff. Remember, body fat's not what you think it is. Your lymph system is your filter. And the filter is the life of your body. Anybody heard of the lymph system? Okay, what is it? It's 3 times the amount of the blood system, isn't it? And I went to all this school. I didn't learn anything. In fact, I had to unlearn just about everything. So if the blood, which you really learn about, is important, if the lymph system's 10 times more important, why didn't we learn about it? The lymph system is akin to your gas filter. your oil filter, your radiator. If that gets plugged, a little $10 filter on your brand new car, no matter if it's a Volkswagen or it's a Rolls Royce, it doesn't matter, it doesn't run well. It causes the engines to starve or to wind up getting deposits because it doesn't burn correctly. The lymph system is the same thing. So what we've done here is put together heirloom variety foods. And heirloom makes a big difference because once, remember, you understand this parable. You are what you eat. And if you eat, remember, hybridized, what happens? You get big. You get hybridized. If you eat genetically modified sterile foods, I'm not making this up. You can look it up yourself. You become sterile too. Your testes or your ovaries. And most guys, by the time they're 40 years old, have about 50% of the production of testosterone. You see a lot of commercials about getting more testosterone so you can get back into life. Without your testosterone, you feel like, you know, like a dog that gets neutered. Oh, look how good he is, honey. He doesn't do anything anymore. You know, he's a good dog now. So if we were running this planet and we wanted to control everybody here, what do? Make more rules? How about we just, we can't castrate you like the dog, can we? But we can make you so your system will not be optimal. So one of the credos of Earthshift is to optimize your health and well-being. How you do that, researchers, is up to us to keep on advancing what we do know and advancing what we don't know. So all we have is a level or a ring of information, and the information that we have needs to be expanded upon. This is years of work here just to be able to get it up to this level, years. We just know that we're going to stop having genetically modified foods. We don't care if this company does this or this company does that. Just stay away from it. Does anybody know what BPA is? You're good. Okay, bisphenol A. Do you know in Canada they just outlawed that? Okay. Where does the bisphenol A store? Where does it go? This is a plasticizer. What is it used for? It makes things congeal, polycarbonate. They add it to all different types of plastics. So what it does is it makes it either soft or hard depending on how they want to manipulate it. So all this recycled idea is really cool, but it's not, because I wouldn't use anything recycled because it's actually, again, shite. What do you think they do? They take everything with labels, everything that's whatever you want to put it in, they put it in a vat, they heat it all up, and all the labels that have lead. You ever heard of the adhesive on the labels have mercury? And all different types of poisons that actually go through the plastic and go into your food?